Hello, everybody. My name is Mary-Margaret, and today we're going to be discussing the contract conversation, the best ways to sell contracts. I'm joined here by our main host today, Michael Brandt, part of our product team, as well as Isaac, and they're going to be saying a few things about themselves today. And then we're going to get into the actual conversation of learning how to best set up contracts and best set up terms for your business. Before we get started, can everybody just maybe just put in the chat like a little emoji, just letting us know that you can hear us okay? Amazing. Wonderful. Thank you guys so much. All right, let's move on. So, hello again. My name is Mary-Margaret. I'm part of the marketing team here at Member Solutions, and I'm all about helping our community grow and thrive through helpful insights and connections. If you ever subscribe to our newsletter, I'm always dropping really helpful tips and tricks for your business so that you're able to thrive within your sector. Today, I'm going to be joined by Michael. So, Michael, say a few words about yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Michael. I am on the product team at Member Solutions, and I'm in charge of the development across our MSI products.
Amazing. Thank you. And next up, we have Isaac.
Hi, I'm Isaac. I handle implementations and technical support here at Member Solutions.
Amazing. Thank you, Isaac. If you ever are a client of ours, you'll talk to Isaac a lot. He's a really great and helpful person. So yeah, let's get into the presentation. The first thing that I did want to say, you probably have already gotten this when you had registered, but please feel free if you haven't already to grab your free stuff. We have the contract communication cheat sheet, which goes alongside this presentation today and is a really helpful resource for being able to discuss when somebody, if month to month is better, if a contract is better, and help to have those organic, natural conversations to help get people committed to your martial arts school or fitness center. If you like, you can just scan that little QR code there, and I'll also put a link to it in the chat in a few minutes. I think that's everything. So I think from here, I will stop sharing my screen and I'll pass it over to Michael.
Everybody see my screen okay? I'll take that as a yes. Okay, so we'll get started here. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for taking your time today. This is the contract conversation. My name is Michael Brandt, like I mentioned before, and I'm here with Isaac. He'll run through some demos at the end of the presentation. So what we first want to talk about is the honest truth about why we built this session. You already know members on contracts stick around longer than just ad hoc or per diem packages or sessions. Our part isn't believing that. It's having the conversation without feeling like you just turn into a used car salesman or someone who tried to walk in and get a workout. So that's the whole thing we're going to fix today. How to introduce term options in a way that feel natural, what to say when someone pushes back, and how to set it up in Member Solutions so it runs without friction. Drop questions in the chat anytime. There's time at the end for those. So what we'll cover today, the first thing is the data. We'll cover why month-to-month members churn faster. I'll show you a little bit of what our numbers look like. Not a stat I found from the internet, although there is one later that I found on the internet about online retail, but not here. Two is how to bring contracts up without it getting awkward or weird. This is the part everybody's nervous about. Three, exactly what to say when they're not ready to commit. So we'll go word for word on that. Four, how to actually set this up and manage it inside Member Solutions, inside Member Manager, be more specific, so it's consistent and easy. And five, the live Q&A. So any questions that you have, conversations that you've had before, you can bring them up here and we'll answer those. So, this is a conversation, not a pitch. I'm not a sales guru by any means. So jump into the chat as we go with any questions that you have. So start off with what the data tells us. We went into Member Solutions billing data. This is real, not a survey. What we did, we looked at more than 100,000 memberships across their 9 active clubs, and we only counted memberships that have been around long enough to fairly judge, so 12 months or more. And we also excluded paid in full contracts as well, or prepaid contracts. These are strictly paid by the month contracts. So after that, we asked one simple question: a year after someone joined, are they still a paying member? Do they still belong to your club? For month-to-month members, the ones with no term, cancel anytime, about 30% of those are still there at 12 months. So roughly 7 out of 10 are gone within the year. For our members on a term commitment, it's about 61%. So more than double, just barely. So twice as likely to still be with you a year later. Same clubs, same town, same front desk. The only difference is whether there was a commitment in place. And I want to be honest about this and straightforward. This wasn't true in one club. This was true in all the clubs we looked at. It's just an aggregate of all those clubs. It's just the shape of the business that we've seen so far in our data. So next we'll go into locking people in. Here's the reframe that makes the whole conversation easier. It's the thing I most want to walk through here. So a month-to-month member has to redecide to stay every single month. You could think about what that means every slow week, every busy season, every tight paycheck. People ebb and flow on the activities that they want to do. That's a fresh chance to drift. So month to month isn't freedom. It's 40 separate chances to quit. A term option helps to remove that monthly redecision. And here's the part that matters. It helps the member, not just you. So it carries them through the dips, those first 60, 90 days when motivation is most fragile, when most people quit. You'll find most of your month-to-month cancellations happening within the first 30 to 90 days. It locks the rate in before any price increases. So you'll see some places will increase prices every 6 to 12 months. What this does when you sign a term contract, it basically locks you in. You can, evangelize that as a discount and protection against any rate increases in the future. It turns a vague I should work out more into an actual commitment, and commitment is the thing that changes behavior. Nobody hits a goal on a maybe, and for you, it's predictable revenue and a member that's far more likely to actually get their result and renew. So the reframe here is a contract isn't how you trap a member; it's how you help them keep the promise they made to themselves. If you believe that, the data says you should. Then bringing it up isn't pushy; it's doing your job.